Happy April. Today is April 1st, which means it's a new month, new goals, new beginnings, and all that good stuff. I cannot believe it's April, and I know that everybody says that, but for me, it just means that it's actually go time because I am in my third trimester, 34 weeks as of today actually, and my baby will be here next month. So everything is starting to feel a lot more real. I feel like everything is starting to pile up at this time. I'm trying not to stress, but I feel like I have a huge to-do list and very, very little time. I usually try to go for a more laid back, chill type of reset, but I think this month it's gonna be kind of a very productive one because I need to get lots of things done. Right now it's 4 p.m. and I might regret this later, but I'm gonna go ahead and make myself an iced latte at home because honestly, I haven't been able to sleep until like 3 in the morning anyway. So I don't think it'll really affect me that much. And I'm balancing it with some water, so I think it's all good. Oh my gosh. That was very much worth the mess. One of my March goals was to learn how to make a Dunkin' Donuts iced caramel latte dupe. This is actually pretty close. I got this off a Reddit recipe. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's a pretty good, similar experience, taste. Also, speaking of goals, one of my goals for March was to work out 3 times a week, but I've kind of swapped that out with just walking every single day. I feel like starting a workout routine now at the end of the pregnancy, it was just like a little much. So minimum, I've been doing 8,000 steps a day. Right now it's 4:30 and we're only at 1,700 steps, which is very low. I need to up my step game, so I'm gonna go ahead and go on a little walk. I'm hoping not to get rained on because it did rain an hour ago and the weather app says it's gonna rain again in like 30 minutes. Thankfully, the rain did not catch up to us and we got to 6,100 steps. The other 2K I usually get from finishing some house chores and occasionally doing a lap around my kitchen. Well, obviously many laps because I don't have a kitchen that big. Something I need to do this month is really gather my thoughts on everything that needs to be done before the baby gets here. And so I sat down, I made a little list of what needs to be done before the baby gets here and also like a hospital bag checking list because I'm 34 weeks in a couple days. And at this point, I have nothing. I don't have a bassinet. I haven't started packing my hospital bag. I haven't bought a car seat, don't have a name for this baby. So I need to get my stuff together this month. Writing everything down really solidifies what I need to do versus having it like floating in my head of what needs to be done. But honestly, more than anything, I need a car seat. That's like number 1. And a name, number 2. It's April 3rd, which means tomorrow is Easter, which if you have kids, pretty much means a lot of Easter egg hunts are today. So we actually went to one this morning and it was so nice to just be out there with the kids, have a nice activity. Now I'm kind of just getting ready for the rest of the day. We also have a kid's birthday party to attend later tonight. I kind of ran out of my medicated cream for my rosacea over here and it sucks because I don't know if it's like the pregnancy hormones adding onto it, but it has been flaring up so bad. Even when I try to cover it with makeup, like you can tell, you know? And I don't know what's worse, just having the redness or trying to cover it up so then it looks like a cover up, you know? Honestly, I kind of just go a little bit and then like F it. I'm not gonna actually try to cover it up too much because then that's gonna be worse, you know? Clogging up those pores. One of these days, I really want to have a like self-care day where I kind of just do my lashes because I love getting lash lifts, massage. I want to get my nails done. I want to do all this like beauty prep before I give birth, which I know it sounds silly, but like hear me out. Once the baby's here, when am I gonna have time to do that, you know? It's just about finding the time. So much to do and time just feels like it's running out. I feel like I'm making it sound like a doom event, but it almost is for a short period of time, you know? Those postpartum days are hard. Those newborn days are really hard. I can't imagine having 2 kids and the newborn. So I really just want to have one more day to myself. That brush definitely has some type of dark color to it. I'm just gonna take that off real quick. Honestly, I just put this on to do like my makeup, but I think it actually looks kind of cute. I don't wear headbands often. Let's talk about March and how our goals went. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and paint my nails. Let's start off with one of the most exciting things I did this month, which was to bake bread from scratch, specifically Cuban bread. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. It was just a lot of waiting in between making the dough, letting it rise. Honestly, it ended up being so much fun and a little bonding experience for me and my daughters because they helped me knead the dough and all that. Plus, just dipping it into cafe con leche was it was a taste of home. Okay, next goal was to learn a song on piano. And while I haven't learned the full song yet because it's gonna take me time to get back into the groove of practicing, I picked a song, I started learning the first sheets, and I feel like having the physical sheet printed out on my piano, it makes it a lot easier to go and sit down at the piano here and there when I do have a chance. Plus, once I learn how to play this song, it's one that everybody recognizes. So it's just a fun little song to get me back into it. My next goal was to post once a week on YouTube. And while my posting days have varied, I have been consistent in posting once a week. I do feel like I'm getting in the groove of editing again and filming. Find a Dunkin' recipe. Look, I found one. Is it perfect? No, of course not. Like, I don't think that Dunkin' flavor can be replicated, or maybe I just haven't found the right recipe. But I did find a pretty close one that I'm happy with. But I'm gonna keep looking just to see if there's like something out there that's a little bit better. Honestly, the one I found uses like 3 tablespoons of caramel, which when Dunkin' makes my drink, I don't think about it, so it's not that bad. But when I make it at home, I can see how much sugar I'm putting in my coffee, and then it makes me feel bad. Maybe sometimes blissful ignorance is like the way to go. I also wanted to work out 3 times a week, and while I haven't been able to do the workout I wanted to do, which was strength training these babies, the truth is, like, I'm literally about to be like 9 months pregnant. I have been going on walks every single day and aiming to get an 8,000 step goal. So honestly, I kind of consider that my workouts. And for the purposes of the goal, I'm gonna say I met it because I actually been very consistent with it. I've been going every single day. I actually have a 30-day challenge coming up either later this month or early next month, so stay tuned for that. I think it's gonna be fun to take on like the 10K challenge, but put my own twist on it since I'm literally pregnant. I'm actually on my last week of the challenge. Now, the one goal that I literally did not even attempt to do was to create a morning routine. Like I've said for the 100th time, I'm tired, legit. Honestly, if I still had my work from home job, I don't know what I would be doing because I am just tired all the time. So I don't have the energy to create a morning routine. Honestly, if anything, I've been sleeping in more. Here is the final result. If you don't look too closely, they look kind of decent. All in all, I think March was a pretty good month in the sense of accomplishing goals. I haven't given too much thought of how April's gonna look like. I just now want to prepare for the baby and just have a couple of fun goals because in between all the chaos, I need a way to keep myself sane. While my nails finished drying up, one thing I want to show you guys is that I've never really been a flower girl, but for the past couple weeks, ever since my daughter encouraged me to get some flowers for the table, I've been loving it. These have been blossoming for the last couple of days and they look so gorgeous. Last week we had just yellow roses and now this time I got a mix. I feel like it really does make your home just feel more homey. Like, it definitely adds that little bit of a feminine touch, which I cannot believe I was not into flowers and now I totally am. So if my husband is watching, you know what to get me every single week from the grocery store. But also I'm an independent girl and I could just like get it myself. All right, it's time for the party and I kind of think low key I might leave this on, but I'm not sure. Let me take it off for a second. How I feel. Okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it off for today. We have the bump definitely bumping and I wish I had cuter clothes, but I really don't. I have some pregnancy jeans, pregnancy shirt, the same basics in like 3 different colors and that's about it. I'm also at the end of the pregnancy, so I'm not about to buy new things. And then I tossed in this little cute jacket. However, I'm unsure if the party is inside or outdoors. If it's outdoors, it might be too cold, but the good thing is there are literal neighbors, so I can just walk over and get a hoodie. That's one of the top benefits of having neighbors as friends. When you have parties, you can just walk it over, especially with kids. So easy. Today we're having a bit of a little Sunday reset. I just did some groceries and there's like 3 different types of diets here. My husband, he's doing keto, so we have like a bunch of keto things for him. I'm pregnant, so I have my own pregnancy diets here. And then kids is a mix of trying to be healthy, but also including some snacks that they enjoy and lots of fruits. My favorite part of any monthly reset is to set new goals for the new month, new intentions. And this month, I really want to focus on getting things done, but very realistically because of my energy levels. My first goal is that I want to continue walking every single day. I want to stay active in a way that feels realistic to me. I'm not about to start a 5-day strength program. It just doesn't make any sense. I've been doing the 8,000 steps a day. So I really want to continue that because that feels very doable for me. And it's my way of staying active. My next intention is to basically prepare for the baby, and the goal I want to set for this is to pack my hospital bag, pick a name hopefully, and prepare the bassinet, because if I have at least those things, I think I'll be good to go. The next one is truly just a goal for myself. I really want to take that self-care day before the baby comes, because after that, it'll be very unrealistic to take a good chunk of time to myself like that. And to keep things pretty chill, my last goal is going to be to hire a house cleaner. While I have been upkeeping the house, at this point I've been doing more tidying up than deep cleaning, and I really want to have a deep clean before my family comes to visit, before the baby arrives. I want to have that stress lifted from me. So hopefully I get to hire someone that can clean the house towards the end of April, because that would be amazing. Usually I love to include a little declutter in my videos, but I think in this case, because my energy levels have been so low, my house has been getting piled up with toys, clothes, and just a bunch of things. So for today, I want to do a little bit of a tidy up throughout the whole house and hopefully just keep it quick. I'm going to try to set a 20-minute timer to just kind of clean up everything, because if I make it too long, the task will be daunting at this point, and I need my house to be a little bit more picked up as of right now. 20 minutes seem very doable. Let's get to it. Folding clothes took us over that little 20-minute timer, and with that, that is all I have for this little April reset. Thanks you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time.